All right, guys. So second to last one, that was my wife. She's pretty incredible. I wanted you guys to see that it's not that hard. That if you just follow simple rules and you take it slow and you go easy and you follow those rules, you can do anything. All right. She had no idea what a joule was. I said, get up there and do joules to electron volts. She said, I don't know what a joule is. I don't know what an electron volt is. And I said, I don't care. Find the equality and then use the conversion factors. And she did it perfectly. All right. So what you need to understand is all you have to be able to do is define the units, find an equality between those units, then you create conversion factors and use the appropriate conversion factors. So right now we're going to be talking about multi-step non-SI unit conversions. All right, these are a little bit harder, and that's why we're going through these examples. So here we have calories to electron volts. All right, now we know that calories, you guys have heard of those. Those are those physics terms of energy. You know, if you eat so many kilocalories, things like that. But here we have calories to electron volts. We know that calories is a unit of energy. We know that electron volts are a unit of energy. Here, we're going to take calories through a simple conversion into joules, and then we're going to take joules, knowing that we already have that equality, and we're going to make that into electron volts. So, number one, we've got calories, energy. We know that. We've got joules, our energy. We know that. The reason why we need to figure out what these are is so that we can figure out if we can relate them. If one is a unit of temperature and one is a unit of energy, you can't relate those. Those can't be related through a simple equality. But if we know that they're all units of the exact same phenomena, we can relate those very easily through a single equality, right? So right here, now we're going to find equalities that relate the units, right? So 2, we know, we can find this off Google. If you just Google calories, it comes up with a conversion of 4.184 joules. So 1 calorie equals 4.184 joules. All right, we know that. That's the equality off Google. All right, so it's very simple to see those. And then we have our old one, which is 1 eV, or electron volt, equals 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th joules. The reason why I'm going a little bit faster is by this time you should be getting the hang of creating equalities from things, all right? We have the numbers, we find an equality, we can create those equalities. Now, 3, we need to make conversion factors from those equalities, right? So 3, we take those numbers and we create conversion factors. Well, I can have cal over joules, right? 1 cal is equal to 4.184 joules. I can also have the reverse. I can go 4.18184 joules is equal to 1 cal. Right? 1 calorie is equal to 4.184 joules. Very simple. Also, our other conversion factors from last step, right? We have 1 electron volt over 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th joules. 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th joules over 1 electron volt, right? Simple conversion factors, all right? So we know these conversion factors. Now that we've created them, we can see where we're going with this. We're going to take our units that we start with, and we're going to cancel those units out using those conversion factors. So let's take this out. Steps 1 and 2, we'll erase those. We're going to come back, and we're going to write down our starting number and our starting unit. 4.123 calories over 1, right? So now we need our conversion factor that cancels out calories. Well, just looking at these 4 conversion factors, which one has calories on bottom? This one right here. That's the only one. We need calories on bottom to cancel our units. So then we bring up the numbers right here, 4.184 calories, right? Now we have a third conversion factor because now our units are in joules. Now we need a conversion factor that cancels out joules and gets us into electron volts. There's only one up here. This one right here. Joules on bottom, electron volts on top. So we come over here and we put 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th joules, right? So now we have all of our units. We check our units. Calories cancel, joules cancel, and we're left with electron volts, right? This number is a little bit harder to handle. It's 1.078 times 10 to the 20th electron volts, right? Again, you don't need to know what the units mean, only the quality that it stands for, all right? So if we have a unit that describes length, I can find an equality that relates two units that describe length, but I can't find an equality that relates two units directly that describe length and mass. I can't do that. So we need to find what the unit, we need to define the unit, and then we can find an equality that relates those two units. We don't need to know exactly what the unit means, all right? That's what makes dimensional analysis so far superior to every other method, all right? That's why I can teach you shortcuts every step of the way, but if you use these 4 steps, you can solve every problem in chemistry without any issues, all right? Next up, we'll do step 5.